Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
Listen to this audio. These kids didn't read the sign closely enough, and they are just upset that their favorite restaurant, called Rancheritos, is closing.
That you didn't call, but mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close, not even a little bit, not even
at all. Do you know what that's from?
No.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, okay.
When she's talking to Heath Ledger and she makes that like weird proclamation.
So why are they out there in front of the restaurant if it's not closing?
I don't know. I don't know how the word
just heard a rumor?
Rancheritos, I guess, is like the best place to eat, and they were only closed for renovations, for remodeling. They were literally going to open up like 9 days after this whole thing came about. 500 people showed up for this. This wasn't like just like, a dorm that was like
feel good though to have that many people love what you do.
Yes, it definitely speaks volumes, but the owner's like, no, simmer down now.
See you Sunday.
We'll see you when we open in 9 days. So I want to know, is there a restaurant, if it closed, it would make you so sad? What would it be?
I don't know if I have one.
You don't have one?
I think the closest I would
think of anything?
The first one that came to mind, but they're everywhere, is Chipotle.
Yeah.
Like I like it because, number one, it's really not horrible for you, but number two, like, it's pretty filling. If you get like a bowl, like for me, that's pretty filling. So I'd be in on that. I'd be sad if the Boulder Tap House closed because I feel comfortable there. That's one of those places I go and I always see at least a couple of people I know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a familiar favorite.
I'd probably say Joel's Bistro because I'm there like 3 days a week because it's such good food and it's good for you. It's like the salads and stuff. I do love Chipotle as well, but it's like, I don't know. I would say Añejos.
Oh, yeah.
That is so good. So what? Oh, okay. So Natasha says Old Country Buffet. Do we have one around here? We did.
Used to.
Right?
And
okay.
then the New K's Kitchen went in that spot.
And then they closed.
Yeah, that's a
really
tough spot.
sad.
I'm really surprised that people aren't making that work.
Yeah. So what restaurant, if it closed tomorrow, you'd be like, oh no. But you know what restaurant owners probably say? Like, if you're so sad about it, why aren't you here more? You know what I mean? Like, they're like, well, we had to close because nobody patroned it. So
you know what's going to be fun is to hear some of the smaller town ones.
Yeah.
Like what's the pizza place in the mall in Brainerd? Rafferty's. Is that Rafferty? I think it's Rafferty's. I'd be sad if that closed because every time we end up playing hockey there, we end up going there.
I guess from my old where I'm from, Sparky's Cafe. My mom worked there when she was a teenager. So it's like my dad goes there with his guy group and it just means a lot. So
where are you at?
Avery?
Fuji.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be sad at Fuji too. That's a fun spot.
I think going out for a hibachi night is always pretty special.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. Okay, so my cousin Bob is very hard to read. He's a Bob, like all the way. Bobs are, you can't get a grasp on their emotions or like what really sets them off until they're like completely set off.
Too far gone.
Yeah. So he's kind of like that. And then he'll post things like this and you're like, oh, I kind of see a little bit into his psyche. He just posted that he's going to the Sean Austin part of the convention for Twin Cities Con.
Now, if you're like, Sean Austin, is he the guy that was on American Idol last year? No. Sean Austin is Rudy. He's the guy that, he's Mikey in the Goonies.
Yep.
He's also, I want to see my pec flex on 50 First Dates.
He's in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you say Goonies already?
Yeah. I mean, he's been in so many movies.
Lord of the Rings.
Almost everybody knows him from Rudy. He was Rudy.
Yeah.
And so your uncle is so infatuated with Rudy that he bought tickets to go see him and meet him?
Well, it's my cousin. Yeah. November 11th through the 13th. He's going to this Twin Cities Con. I did not know he was like this.
Just
and like
this Sean Austin.
Yeah. And Elijah Wood is going to be there, though, too, which is a big draw.
But that doesn't matter to Cousin Bob.
No.
It's Sean Austin being there.
Just Sean Austin. And he's like, he knows a few other people. So there's like
he's in
Sean
the fan
Austin club. I'm not a part of any club. I'm not a part of it. Are you a part? I feel like you'd be a part of a sports club.
Yeah, I get all the notifications. Hey, by the way, I just got an email from the Cubs. And again, I know a lot of people are like, why do you like Chicago Cubs? Yeah. But we're going to get our season tickets this year.
Really?
Yeah. Trish and I will get. We've been waiting for 7 years to get season tickets.
So you're going to go to Chicago all the time, or here?
No, we're going to try and make. No. It'll be. We'll have what 80 tickets to 80 home games
in Chicago.
And what we're going to do is we'll just sell the ones we're not going to be at.
We'll buy a couple.
They catch a prime rate because we're going to get bleacher seats.
Yeah, and
they'll catch a prime rate. I mean, we should actually make money off the deal. But then whenever we want to go, we know we have tickets.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I'm not a member of a fan club to any like people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a Chicago Cubs fan club member.
I remember I used to work in the cities, and there was a girl that was on the country station overnight. So really, like I was 18 right out of college, working overnight, making sure the station didn't go off the air or whatever. Yeah, I'd sleep, stuff like that. But she was part of the Good Charlotte fan club, and we'd work midnight to 5 a.m. So their alerts would go out at 3 a.m. And she was like, I think I'm one of the first people to see this because everyone's in bed. And she was so obsessed.
The Madden brothers, huh?
With Good Charlotte. Oh my God. Anytime they came to anywhere around the state, she would go and travel to see them far and wide. So I know Nicki Minaj, they're the Barbs. And then
why?
I don't know, Barbies, because she's the Black Barbie, she calls herself.
Oh.
And then Lady Gaga's fans are the Little Monsters.
Oh, right.
And
is Elena a member of the Gaga fan club, do you think? She was always such a Gaga lover when she was on the show here.
Yeah, maybe she would be. Ariana's fans, I know, are the Arianators.
That's too hard to spell.
Which sounds a little ominous. But are you part of a fan club? And listen, we're not going to dog on you. If you're going to Twin Cities, it is what it is. You know,
go to see Thon Austin. Hi to Marjorie, who is a member of the Air Force One fan club. You know what that is?
No. Is that Aerosmith?
Aerosmith.
No way.
She's a member of the Aerosmith fan club.
I need to hear more.
And she just sent you the link, Kat, via texting if you would like to join the Aerosmith fan club. And then I saw this text from Tammy. And Tammy, is it a Misty or a Mystic?
Misty.
You're a Misty. And for everybody that wants to know, by the way, we started talking about this because Kat's cousin Bob, who's in his mid-40s, has just announced to the entire world via Facebook that he's going to see Sean Austin, Rudy, and Mikey from the Goonies. He's going to see him at Comic-Con. And if you're a Misty, you don't miss ever an opportunity to see who?
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Okay, go into it for people that have a life.
All I know is there's a robot and a guy that watch movies, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
For you nailed it. It's basically they make fun of bad movies, and they have done several shows. They got their start in Minnesota.
Yeah.
The Minnesota-based show. It's 30-plus years old. 14 seasons. It's do
just
live
the passive-aggressive nature of our people to sit there and make fun of something in a dark theater with a robot.
But this sounds fantastic. This sounds like what we do.
It is basically our lives, right? We just sit there and make fun of people.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, you're copying them.
Well, I always said if you steal from me, you stole twice. So now how long have you been a Misty?
Probably 20-plus years.
Okay.
Are there other people around here that will admit that, or is it just you?
Yes, there are people in other countries who are Misties. There's a fan club. There's cards. There's all kinds of stuff.
Wait, cards. Go back. What do you mean cards? Like playing cards, or like you guys send each other cards on certain Misty days?
Like members. They did a Kickstarter a few years ago to bring the show back after it had been in hiatus for a long time. And when you were part of the Kickstarter, you got a membership card.
Yeah. I'm looking it up is it on Facebook? There are many Misty clubs.
Oh, there's so many Misty clubs.
Have you ever gone to one of the meetups? Like you meet up with a bunch of the other Misties?
Yeah.
And how's that?
Yes. It's amazing. They're the kindest, most giving people that I've ever met from all over the country, the world.
Are some of them pervs?
I haven't met one yet.
Okay.
I love how you say they're all just like fantastic people, but they love watching a show that is just nasty and dogging on people.
They're not nasty. They dog on movies. They look at like horrible movies.
Oh, okay.
But they love the movies. If you've ever watched an interview with the people who made the movie, the one guy who really was in the beginning. His name is Frank Conniff, and he absolutely loves movies. He has movie trivia that would boggle your mind. But these people, they respect the movies, but they make fun of some of the some of the movies just don't go anywhere, or there's all of a sudden no music for like 10 minutes. And they're like, hey, director, where'd you go?
I think Derek would really love the show. He loves Easter eggs. He loves knowing things about movies that no one really does. That's what happens during movies. We'll be sitting on the couch, and all I see is the glow of his phone on his face because he's looking up facts about the movie. So maybe he's got to look into it.
Tammy, you got a love interest in your life?
I am very happily married. Thank you.
And what do they think about this? Do they join, or do they just go, that's on you?
He's not into it as much, but my son, who's only 5, he doesn't quite understand what they're saying, but he does enjoy the show.
Right on.
Well, thank you for calling and putting yourself out there. It's very brave.
And it's a Misty with an IE.
Yes.
What's trending?
Oh my God, she better do something about this. YouTube star Gregory Brown, he put on his channel a story about how he stole from Paris Hilton.
One thing about me is that I once robbed Paris Hilton, and I hope she never sees this because I could go to jail. There was no one in the car, so we just got in the car. I pull a script out. It was for House of Wax. She was in Toronto filming House of Wax, and I had the script. Then my friend said, run, and then I thought the cops were coming. So we ran, but my friend, she'd stolen her Christian Dior sunglasses. Sorry, Paris. Don't put me in jail. You're rich.
Oh my God, I can't. But she duetted that, smiling the whole time. I wonder if she's smiling because she kept it as evidence.
They got him. The cops are moving in right as we speak.
Let's go back and get him. I'm telling you, that Netflix show, The Bling Ring, it is very alarming how easy it was for them to get in so many celebrities' houses, including hers. All right, so the Energy Department is set to release the latest stats on gas prices today. And you saw, it was crazy going from in the 50s. Now it's back up in the 80s, which is crazy. So they're going to hopefully give us an idea of when we'll see a decline again.
iPhones.
Find my iPhone.
Bring us the iPhone.
I want an iPhone.
I want the new iPhone.
iPad, iPhone, whatever. This is what iPhone is.
Do you have a new one? Are you at a 14 or what?
I have a 13. The wife is on the 14.
Okay, well, don't let her go on roller coasters because now it is calling 911 for you. It has a crash detection on it, all the 14s.
No way.
Yeah, so it is programmed to, if it has that jolt, it is going to call 911
thinks you're in a
for
car
you.
accident.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you have it in your pocket and you know how you come to a stop on the end of a roller coaster where it's like, it's going to simulate a crash for your phone. Call 911.
That's bananas.
Yeah, just to let you know, have somebody else hold it while you're on that ride. And that is what's trending.
As a mom cat, what's the toughest month of the year to do mom stuff?
To do mom stuff, I'm going to say probably that month leading up to school.
Oh, so like August? God bless you. God bless you.
Yeah, because I want to make sure everything is set. Do I have everything for the teacher? Is he feeling confident going into the next year? Yeah. And then also making sure that you have fun stuff planned up until the start to school. So
I've got 2 in college now. One is a freshman in high school. I would always say it's May because they lose their mental focus. They don't want anything to do with school. All they're thinking about is summer. And it seems like activities get a little bit crazier. But neither of us are right, according to what everybody else is saying. The hardest month to parent apparently is February.
Okay.
Number one, because it's the shortest month. I would think that would make it the easiest.
Yeah.
Here's the other reasons why. You got to keep your kids dressed properly because it's such an extreme cold month and you never know. Getting around activities in the winter weather are harder. There's going to be cancellations and stuff like that. Kids are most likely to be stuck inside for all those months and they're going to get more sick.
Yeah. I think the month I dislike the most is January. January doesn't mean much to me. A lot of people look at it as like a fresh start. Doesn't mean much to me. I could probably get rid of it.
You know why February is not bad for us? Because we always go to Mexico for a week.
Yeah, I think so.
We don't see our kids for an entire week. That's why Mexico is not bad for us. But as a parent, is there a month that really sticks out? And they're saying, by the way, January and March are number 2, like as far as the worst, number 2 and number 3. So that January, February, March, the beginning of your year as a parent is the hardest. And most people are saying it's because of the weather and the fact that your kids are inside all the time and they're going to be sick. They're going to have a cough.
Yep.
They're going to have the sniffles, and they're going to bring it into you. And then you got to have to. Oh, and the other one is a lot of people don't have as much time off to take care of their kids, so it's a higher stress because you likely burned a lot of your vacation time over the holidays.
I feel like it would be a lot of stress if you had a child that could stay home, but you don't trust them to stay home. You know,
like they're 8.
Like you could set them up, and I'm lucky I could trust Liam to probably stay at home for the whole workday until I got home. But
sure he could.
Yeah. Well, I know I could. But
as a parent, is this accurate for you? Is January always the toughest month? This is Drunk Adult or Little Kid. You guys provide the material, and we're grateful for it. You give us the scenario. It's a little out of line, but we got to try and figure out whether you did it as a drunk adult or a little kid. So, you ready for the first one?
Yeah, most of them I just SMH. I can't believe it.
Drunk adult or little kid? All I want you to do is give us the scenario. Go ahead.
I got bit by a possum that I thought was dead.
Okay. All right. Now,
just playing possum. Have you seen that commercial?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's
possum.
One of my favorites. So, you get bit by an opossum.
Yeah.
Drunk adult or little kid here for Tim?
God, this could go both ways. I'm going to say an adult.
I would have said little kid. Timmy, drunk adult or little kid?
I was a drunk adult.
Hey.
I think we were walking back from a college's football game, and it looked like a dead possum in the middle of the street. Not thinking clearly, I thought it would be funny to pet it like a cat. And when I did, the little bastard's devil eyes opened and bit out of the side of my hand. I totally forgot possums play dead and ended up in the ER. Got a ton of stitches and shots.
Oh my God. Do those go Can those go rabid?
I think they can.
Guess any animal.
I think they can. I think they can get rabid. All right. Number 2, drunk adult or little kid. What you got for us?
Got us kicked out of a fast food place after standing in the corner naked and screaming, "Somebody wipe my butt."
Now, we heard Carrie's over the weekend. Have you had a chance to analyze it? And if so, a drunk adult or little kid standing there, fast food restaurant, somebody wipe my butt, buck naked.
Yeah, that's for sure got to be a little kid.
I would have said this is a drunk adult all over the place.
Who are you hanging with?
Go ahead, drunk adult or little kid.
I was a little kid, and when I was being potty trained, I'd take all of my clothes off, and this was the first time it happened in public, and the toilet paper was so far from the toilet seat for a kid, and I freaked out because I couldn't reach it while sitting, and I ran out of the bathroom butt naked and screamed for my parents to come and wipe my butt. Needless to say, we were asked to leave, and that was the last time my folks took us out to eat for a very long time.
When was the last time you were naked in a fast food restaurant, Kat? Can you name the year?
I would have to say late 90s.
2013.
Okay. That was quick. Remember when Liam was potty training, and then when it was time for us to wipe his butt, he'd yell, "Butt department."
I think that's great.
Butt department. Aisle 4 cleanup.
All right, last one today. Let's talk wrestling. Drunk adult or little kid, lay it out.
I ended up in the hospital pretending that I was a pro wrestler.
Yes. Okay. Now, your little kid ever get into this?
No.
Or you wanted to jump off the couch onto a table and break it or anything like that?
Never went through a wrestling phase, so I'm gonna say an adult.
I'm gonna go drunk adult on this one too. Drunk adult or little kid, Michael?
I was a drunk adult.
Hey,
me and my buddies got hammered watching WWE, and we decided we were gonna head out back and have a fun match of our own, complete with chairs and everything. My then girlfriend had to take me to the hospital after one of my buddies took a chair to my face and broke my nose.
Whoa.
She also had to pull glass out of my friend's back after another one of my buddies hit him with a fluorescent light bulb.
God, that's violence. Thank God my parties or like nights out don't ever turn into that. I don't hang with people like that.
It's a special kind of idiot that does this stuff.
An escaped rodeo bull described as dangerous and extremely aggressive. I just Googled it. Is there an update? There's not. They have not found this bull, but they say eventually it's going to need a pasture to eat, cows, water, and so they're still looking for him.
Yeah, I thought you was joking at first.
We've heard he's 700 pounds. We've heard he's 1,800 pounds. We've heard he's 2,200 pounds.
And somebody didn't lock the gate, and that big joker got out. And the way I understand it, he was charging cars on Indian Mound. This is Norwood. We see everything. I say trivialize it, and ain't no big deal. Go on with your day.
I hope he comes to mine. We'll just shoot him and eat him.
I want to shoot him and eat him.
There you go. Can you imagine taking the trash out, and it's like 8 at night, and then all of a sudden you hear...
What if you're wearing red? It's even worse.
Absolutely. All right, sports. We have the Vikings beating the Bears 29-22. The game was on in the background of my niece's 1-year birthday party. And so everybody was looking that way. And they're like, she's doing her smash cake. Look this way. All right. So no one won the Mega Millions jackpot. So Tuesday, tomorrow, the drawing is going to be worth $445 million.
Nice.
So you take the taxes out of the equation. You're walking away with $226 million. So why not pick up a ticket? Good luck to you. Do I have a guess yet? No. I mean, that was my guess, to wear matching underwear, but it's nothing that you don. So is it to brush your teeth?
No, super close, though. Oh. Super close.
Mint.
Super close.
Gum.
Yeah, if you texted chewing gum in during the last song, you're going to instantly activate your name for $100 here at the end of the month. 54% of people do it on the first date. What is it? Chewing gum, not drinking, not matching underwear, but chewing gum to retain the fresh breath feeling.
That's a good idea. Riddle me this, why people let their loved ones walk around with stinky breath.
I think some people don't.
Tell me that.
I read once that some people don't smell bad breath.
Certain bad breath.
Like, because it's under the radar.
But like all your family members?
No. Some people, some people just want to see you be embarrassed, too.
That's terrible. That's terrible. If I had it in me to tell certain people that their breath is really, really bad, I wish I did.
Why wouldn't you?
Why don't you? You're the one that prides yourself on being the person that just says it like it is.
I'm not looking for more problems. I don't know if you.
I don't think it would. It shouldn't be a problem.
It will be a problem then. Because then they'll want your help.
If someone tells you that your breath is really bad, like maybe like borderline halitosis, you need to hold on to that person as a friend, don't you think? Like that person is really looking out for you. Unless they're like mean about it and say it in front of everybody.
That's the thing. If they say it in front of everybody,
like quietly, hey, your breath smells like a toilet.
So that's the goal today. At one point, walk up to someone and say, your breath smells like it poops.
Only if it does. Don't say it if it doesn't.
Radio Paparazzi.
If you remember, TJ Miller, he played Weasel in the first 2 Deadpool movies with Ryan Reynolds, obviously being Deadpool. And he is saying that, he might never work with him again. Would you?
No. I sort of wish him well because he's so good as Deadpool. I think it's weird that he hates me. We had a really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me, but to me, as if I'm Weasel. Mm-hmm. So he was like, what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star. You do just enough exposition that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie. And it doesn't bother me. I just kind of listened and thought it was weird, and then I got off stage because then they finally were like, cut. And then I got off stage and I walked over, and then I went up to Kate and I was like, that was weird, right? And she was like, of course it was weird. It was insane. And everybody was looking at each other like, what is he doing?
All right, so here's an idea. Do you think, because TJ Miller was accused of sexually assaulting his college girlfriend, he was part of that whole thing that went down where everyone was outing secrets when 2019 hit, and she wants to remain anonymous. He and his girlfriend put out a statement denying any wrongdoing, but Ryan Reynolds is like pro-female. He has all daughters.
You think that had something to do with it?
Do you think it did? Where he's like, I feel like this rumor might be correct about TJ Miller, so I'm going to just like kind of show him how I feel about him.
You never know. I mean, it's something had to happen to make people react this way.
Yeah. All right. So Diddy, he says, let it be known, I do not support Kanye with this new campaign.
The thing I do have to address is this White Lives Matter t-shirt. I've always been there, and I will always support my brother Kanye as a free thinker. But the White Lives Matter t-shirt, I don't rock with it. So before I could get to any other lives matter, which all lives matter, that Black Lives Matter, don't play with it. Don't wear the shirt. Don't buy the shirt. It's not a joke.
Well, he wore it to his daughter's basketball game, and I don't know. There's just something about him stomping around those huge snow boots that he wears, and then the black...
They look comfy.
The black dad jeans. Like, black jeans will never be okay, but he wears those. And then he was, like, on the court, and he's not a coach, It was, like, really weird. But his Instagram account was suspended, and now he's moved back to Twitter, where he's been off since 2020. Taylor Swift, she's talking about ignoring those weird rumors about her relationship with Joe Alwyn.
I think a lot of people have to deal with this now, not just like quote unquote public figures, because we live in the era of social media. And if the world finds out that you're in love with somebody, they're going to weigh in on it. Like my relationship for 6 years, we've had to dodge weird rumors, tabloid stuff, and we just ignore it to protect the real stuff.
All right. Got to do what you got to do. Blowing out their candles today. Tanya Tucker, y'all, is 64. Brett Favre is 53. And Mario Lopez is 49 today. First off, you're a godfather to who? Do you remember their names?
Well, Jack and then Gus and...
one more?
Well, it's actually Emerson and Jack, and then Keegan too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But two of them are like, they're adults. They have their own lives now, right? The only godfatherly thing I have now for little kids is little kids. They're 10, 8.
But
7,
what do you do for them as a godfather?
Well, so
you know?
Here's my understanding of the deal is you got to send them a card.
Okay.
And what your job is if something does happen to their parents, you're responsible for their spiritual upbringing, right? Getting them to whether it's first communion, confirmation, you know what I mean? Like it's a churchly thing. You're supposed to help make sure that they continue in the path of, you know, your religious beliefs and get them to be an adult and in, you know, some kind of a religious deal.
Sounds like you got it licked. All
well,
right.
Really, you don't do much other than show up at birthday parties, send cards. If something doesn't happen to, you know, mom and dad, like the best part about it, and you're there for like their big milestones. Like I said, if it's a first communion, if it's a confirmation, and stuff like that. But like once they become adults and you know they're confirmed and stuff like that, then they're kind of on their own path. But you hope you never have to do anything because that means mom and dad are well.
So Nevaeh's text is she kind of knows as much as you do. She says, my cousin asked me to be a godmother 2 weeks ago. She's still waiting on my answer. What do I even need to do? I went to Google and I'm not ready for all that. Why should I even be chosen? She knows that I'm not religious at all. On Google, it says that I would get the kid if something happened to the parent.
No.
Says,
I don't think
how do I even say no to this? That was her quick
I don't
text.
think it's any legal. I don't think you have any. I think you may be like higher on the line or further up in the line of helping with responsibilities if the parents pass.
So I did Google it, and it says take interest in the child's upbringing and personal development to offer mentorship or claim legal guardianship of the child if anything should happen to the parents. I feel like that would be in a will.
I think that's right. By just being a godparent isn't really a legal formality.
Yeah.
I think it has, my understanding is that it has much more to do with the religious upbringing than, but I think that if you trust like some friends or family members to be responsible for their religious upbringing, you probably would trust them with helping to, you know, watch your child if something happened to you. So I think that it goes hand in hand, but I don't think it's legal like that. I don't think you can go into a judge and go, I get to have this kid because I was the godfather. I don't think it works that way.
I don't know how mine were chosen. I don't know if they spun a wheel or like, I don't know, because I have heard from my godmother once in 28 years, and I've never heard from my godfather. I don't even know how to spell his last name.
My godmother actually, when she had early onset Alzheimer's, was taken advantage of by a religious cult, and they bled her of all her money.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she died alone.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it was a really, really sad story. And then my godfather was my uncle.
Yeah.
And he was around for like the early part of my life.
Yeah.
But then like the last thing before my dad died, the last time I saw him was he showed up to my graduation, my high school graduation.
Yeah.
And said, "Oh, sorry, I forgot your card." I said, "Frank, I haven't seen you in 15 years.
Your only responsibility to bring that card."
And he goes, "Yeah, I put it on the little carrier for my motorcycle, but then I thought it was going to rain, so I took the truck."
Yeah.
I go, "All right, I'm figuring it would be in the mail sometime soon."
Never? Oh.
That was a long time ago.
Leslie, I'd love for you to call in. You know a little bit more about what's going on
I
with
just
the
don't
whole
know if I would
godparent
ever
situation.
turn down the godparent situation. You know what I mean?
My sister has the best godmother in the world. Oh, my God. She gets birthday presents, Christmas presents, phone calls randomly.
Really? It's a random phone call thing.
She's a beautiful woman.
Huh.
And I don't know. I missed out on that. But do you have a situation where you're a godparent and are you doing a ton or are you not doing enough?
And Trish and I are godparents together.
Yeah.
So I follow her lead. I just signed the cards.
Liam doesn't have any godparents. We didn't do that for him. I don't know why. It was like should we still do that? Can we?
Oh, geez, he's 10.
And then they got to make up for all the past.
Oh,
yeah, let's do it. All right, so the video of this is so alarming. I don't even know. I feel like we should use this as like a kangaroo court situation, like what should happen to these daycare workers. But 4 of them out of Mississippi were fired after trying to scare young kids. They had one of those scream masks on and ran around and grabbed kids. Oh my God. Like, heads would roll. There would be no chance.
Were they
for
trying
them.
to teach him a lesson or anything?
I don't know. It was like, it wasn't like the video you showed me where they go in and show kids if you take candy.
I thought that was in Thailand? Is that where that was?
Yeah.
But but basically they show these parents, they dress up like, I don't even remember, but it's a scary thing. And they give a kid a toy. And when that kid accepts the toy, there's like 10 kids sitting around on little wooden chairs.
It was just the first kid that took the toy and it showed all of them how scary it could be.
And then what happened is when that kid took the toy, they took that kid out of the room.
Yeah, ran away with it.
And then they came back in and tried to give these other kids toys, and none of them wanted them. It was a don't take toys from strangers kind of lesson they learned. And so I was thinking, are they trying to teach these kids a lesson? But it sounds like they were just being jerks.
I just can't believe the video. Don't watch it. If you're a parent, I had just a horrible feeling inside. All right, so this mom is going viral today with how she confronted her son's bully.
If you put your hands on my son one more time, I will be beating you and your mother. Do you understand? I need a yes. Shake head. Okay. Thank you.
There you go. I don't know.
Is that like her? Is that her husband that's doing that? Listen to
videotaping.
If you put your hands on my son one more time.
Like
you don't want that.
He's standing back going, I've seen this before. You don't want any part of this. Last drive-through you went through.
I would say Panera for my unsweetened iced tea. They have like a really good flavor.
Okay. How long do you think you waited? If you could guesstimate, how long were you like in your car waiting?
I don't know. 3 minutes.
Okay. The average person will spend about 372 seconds.
Okay.
In the drive-through lane. So it's upwards of 5 minutes.
Listen, I know people are like, oh, why do we want to, up the amount that they get paid when there's a really good fast food place and they get your order right and they get you in and out? Those people deserve to get paid accordingly.
So
I think.
Of all your fast food experiences, Kat, which one do you think is the most accurate?
That I've never had a problem with?
Yeah, like they get your order right most of the time, like almost all the time. You never have an issue.
I'd have to say Raising Cane's.
Really?
But I really don't go there often. Both times I've gone there, everything is perfect, accurate, quick, and they're very nice.
McDonald's and Arby's are tied for the most accurate.
Okay.
Now, which is the quickest?
I would say Arby's because I very rarely go to McDonald's.
Not even close.
Really? McDonald's is the quickest? Yeah, but
not
they got
even
rid
close.
of... Oh. But I don't like how they got rid of their salads because it was going to slow them down by a minute or two. I'm like, aren't they prepackaged? They did not make fresh salads back there.
So the fastest, by the way, KFC.
Is the fastest.
Fastest. Taco Bell right behind. Hardee's is in there. Dunkin's in there. Now, Chick-fil-A was number 1 for speed last year.
Yeah.
Dead last this year.
Do we care,
You think that's a worker shortage?
Would you rather have somebody that is very nice to you and pleasant to deal with and then maybe a couple minutes slower or the other way around?
It depends. Like I've had situations where we got right off the football field and had to get right to the hockey rink.
Yeah.
So we'll, drive through Chick-fil-A, for instance, and all of a sudden, if it's not completely accurate, you're already at the hockey rink by the time you notice it. You're not going to go back and ask for. That's the other thing. I wonder how many people scam fast food places. But no. So you go through the drive-through.
Yeah. Well,
you drive out, and then you go, and then they go back in. And they go, "Hey, you forgot my 2 sandwiches."
Oh yeah.
Like, aren't they just going to give you 2 sandwiches? They're not going to think about that.
I'm going to tell you something, and I'm not proud of it.
Oh, no.
Of what happened when I was in high school, and we did this multiple times. To the same McDonald's, but I would have we'd have 2 friends that were ordering and they were in a car. Okay. And then there was another car around the corner. Don't ever do this because they'll catch you. But I, being a cross country runner, was always the one that was designated to grab the bag when it was handed out. So the driver was like preoccupied, pretending to do something where he didn't know he had to grab the bag quickly. So I would snatch the bag, run around the corner and they'd be like, what the heck, our order? So they'd make another 20 cheeseburgers.
You would steal 20 cheeseburgers?
Yes.
Good Lord.
No, we'd end up with 40.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, so they'd only have to pay for 20 cheeseburgers. I am not proud of it.
You want to be admitting to on the radio.
No, I'm not proud of it. But
juvenile delinquent.
We stopped after a couple times because we felt bad. And we were too stuffed to run.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.